This is a story of when I decided to go skydiving. So I studied in Sydney, Australia last semester, spring 2015. Had a great time, made some great friends, stayed at a residential college, had amazing adventures in New Zealand, visited a friend, and also went up to the Great Barrier Reef. I chose to go skydiving almost at the end of my semester in Goulburn, Australia, which was not too far outside of Sydney. I had a friend who I was studying with, and she purchased a Groupon that she couldn't use. So I was like, perfect, I'll take it off your hands since you can't use it. Paid her the money. Little did I know that the train ride from Sydney left once to Goulburn and returned once back to Sydney on the day that I scheduled my skydive. So woke up at 5:30 a.m., took the train, somehow managed my way after making several transports from one station to another with the taxi, whatever. I thought I was going to be lost. I'm very directionally challenged. So I get to Goulburn, and it's in the middle of nowhere. Farmland, sheep, everything. I get there. I have 5 minutes of instruction. I meet a guy named Kartik, who is from India on a business trip. He was also going alone. He was doing it on a layover, which is pretty awesome. So we bonded. It was great. We get up in the plane. There were 3 other guys who were doing it just for kicks. I was like, you're insane. And we kind of get over the side of the plane. I swing my legs over the side. I'm sitting on the ground, right? And we launch forward, and I'm like, holy shit. This is crazy. I can't believe I decided to do this. Kartik went out before me. He hired a camera to capture all the pictures. I had a GoPro with the footage. It was crazy. So we landed. I get down, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll do that again, but that was awesome. Kartik and I got a picture together, and I was kind of trying to figure out where my next train was, and Kartik looks over at me, and he's like, hey, so I am going back to Sydney. It's a 2-hour drive. I can take you if you want. What do you say? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And then I looked at the train schedule. After we jumped at noon, the next train was leaving from Goulburn at 5 p.m. I would have to wait 5 hours in the middle of nowhere. So after waiting for my GoPro video to finish up from the skydive, I walked over to Kartik and I said, you know what, I actually am going to take you up on the offer. Thanks so much for offering. So we get in his car. I'm kind of antsy, sitting in the passenger seat, and he's going straight to the airport, kind of freaking out and can't realize or even fathom that I decided to do this. So we're sitting there, we grabbed lunch. He's talking about his job, that he's a business analyst, and he's about 30 years old. Little uncomfortable, but still try to be friendly and also watch out for my safety, of course. So we get to the airport, have to return his car, and he couldn't figure out where the rental car had to go. We went around the airport 3 times because we just had no idea where we were going, even though I had already been there for 4 months. So finally, the 3rd time around, we figured out where the rental car went. He took his suitcase out, I took my backpack, and we said our goodbyes. And I was walking away from his car. I looked down at the ground, and I was like, I cannot believe that I just did that.